Alrighty. Hello everybody. This is Kyushu here, and now, before we do begin, let me go ahead and give a brief little review. In the last part, we had a number of events happen. Now, Deku, he announced he was starting two different charities, one for his mother and one for his father. Gotham has been falling apart in the time he's been away. Right now, he wants to make sure to preserve the city. He wants to make sure that this place doesn't decay, doesn't rot. There are a number of things in the city that are corrupt. He wants them to be fixed. And he does plan to start by helping to rebuild Arkham Asylum and even trying to preserve places, historical landmarks in Gotham. This can mean a number of things. After announcing these charity events, he talked to a few different people and even heard them talk about Batman. Oswald Cobblepot walked into the room and he was quite happy to see Deku again. Deku, however, seeing his old friend after so long definitely caught him off guard. The man has changed in more ways than one. And Deku, he was informed by Alfred about armed men coming to rob the manor. However, he already had another problem to deal with. Someone stole his watch. The Batman showed up here tonight in order to take down the armed thugs. However, many people talked about seeing Batman. The commissioner, he actually spoke to him. Meanwhile, the news outlets, they do have a photo of Batman. Be it blurry, dark, covered in smoke, whatever you want to say. A number of people only have blurs. No still images, but there is also the fact that it is confirmed Batman was shot at by the police. And that is definitely something the news outlets are going to have a frenzy with. Considering the fact that tonight, he just helped save these people. The Batman might be a vigilante, but as far as they can tell, he just helped put a number of people in jail and saved the lives of Gotham's elite. Now then, with that being said, we do currently cut to Deku right now. He currently does sit in the Batcave. A number of plans and ideas going through his mind as he does ponder one single question. Him going to stare at the video that does go to play of the room. That woman walks that direction. That woman goes that direction. That woman goes that direction. And that woman goes that direction. Alfred confirmed he saw someone leaving the manor. He saw a woman. Someone who managed to sneak away in all the chaos. Though, the only vehicle that was known to have left was reported as stolen. It does fit the proper narrative if you do put together the pattern very well. He talked to a number of men the other night. He spoke to far more women, and he does intend to try and keep up the act as a playboy. But this, the only woman he can think of who could have stolen the watch, someone who was close to him, around him at the time of the distraction, and, well, had the opportunity. He knows he was wearing it a couple minutes before. He does know that because he was using his hand to drink champagne, and he saw the watch on his wrist on the video. A couple minutes later, boom, it's gone. He needs to get it back. Though he has started to narrow it down. The woman who was close to him was a blonde. She had a red shade of lipstick. She had beautiful eyes and a lovely dress. It was blue. Alfred confirmed that was the same color of the dress of the woman he saw. And if he does go to play back the video, I'm going to rewind everything to the start of the night. The woman doesn't show up until a couple minutes later, and she is seen in him changing the angle of the camera. That shot there, close to the woman who's missing the earrings. And when you do zoom in, you do see that she spilled a drink on the woman. It splashing a little loudly as she brought up her hand and tried to talk to the woman, but also make sure she was alright. It did mean a bit. The two both did splash drinks on each other. A perfect cover. Though it does seem to have backfired. She wouldn't expect a playboy, a rich boy, to be so observant. Then, whenever he does go to play it forward, he does go see that she is going to steal the ring off that man's hand. There. And then there's over there. Then there's over there. Then there is whenever Oswald walks in. She's seen moving towards him at an angle. Perhaps she doesn't know the camera is there. Perhaps it's luck, coincidence. He's not sure. Oswald Cobblepot. Oz. How far the mighty has fallen. Deku going to change away from the video and open another screen. Right now, typing a few things in as a long list does going to pop up. The back computer computing about all the charges that Oz has either evaded or has been mentioned in. Goons and, well, assaults, robberies, and a number of other charges. He is a crime boss. That does break his heart. Oz was a nice kid. Yeah, he had some anger. Yes, he had problems. But his father? No. His father wasn't a crime boss. He's trying to, from what he doesn't understand, rebuild his parents' wealth. Then again, he is involved in Gotham's underbelly. Quite influential, quite a somebody, not a nobody. Now that I just think about it, Oz couldn't stand being a nobody. He had to be Mr. Cobblepot. He's trying to use his family name and become old money again. But it's not going to work. How far things have gone. Though if the woman does work for Oz, that means Oswald has his father's watch. His fist somewhat clenching as Deku does think about it. What does he plan to do? Melt it down for the gold? Melt it down into a gold bar? See what he can put into it and get out? That watch has been in his family for generations. And if it goes kaput, he's going to go mental on Oz. He has to catch this woman, however. Find out more about her. Deku going to type a few things in as a file does it open up. And it does hold a question mark next to blue dress. And he does see a clear image of the woman again. She does have some striking features. Though, she might be using a quirk to hide her face. No, not hide her face. Change her appearance, maybe? No, that could be a possibility though. As far as he can see from her outwards appearance. Totally human, no mutations, no mutant quirk, no tail, no... Emitter type, possibly? Activation type? Maybe. Quirkless. Highly unlikely. She wouldn't go into a building like that without some way out. Invisibility cloaking out of the questions, he was seen and caught, though not identified. Trading espionage? Breaking in? No. Gotham does have a number of crimes associated with burglary. And if these are high class level items, then he can only assume Miss Blue over here is connected to them. Most of them? A likelihood is around 70%. Then again, these are also unpublic places. Likelihood goes up a little higher. He's looking at an expert. A cat burglar. Now isn't that something? A repeat offender. Former pro? It might explain the training. Former police officer? Maybe. She is familiar with how the law enforcement does conduct searches. She would know what to look for, what to leave behind to throw off a trail, or even what not to leave behind. Overly cautious? Commendable. Though in this instance, aggravating. Him going to turn, grab a cup, and sip his tea. And he does let out a bit of a sigh. Walking over and beginning to suit up. Right now, tonight, is certainly going to be a night for eventful meetings. He's got to go speak to Oz. See a bit more about this woman. Deku sliding a photo directly into his utility belt. And he does go to turn to a project that has yet to be completed. Though, with some time. He will need to recover. Maybe just a project to keep his mind off of something? No. Night is the Batman's time. The daytime. That's when he can figure this all out. He will have to take a nap when he gets back. He's... a little overdue. Then again, he also has to give a statement to the commissioner, to GCPD. Lovely. A small grin appearing on his face. Actually, that is lovely. Tomorrow, Izuku, he will give them a statement. Something that he definitely does need to do. It will mean much, it will be better, and it will give them a good idea as to exactly what they're doing. Right now, Batman, however, he does go to drop the smirk from his face. And he does then going to ride out into Gotham. Since there is something he does have to do. And we do cut over to the Iceberg Lounge over in the red light district of Gotham. Oswald Cobblepot, he has a lot of things going through his mind. A lot of matters that are currently pissing him off. The Batman is real. Not just some rumor he's been hearing about a number of people. A number of guys who fucked up and were caught by a damn pro. If they aren't on their payroll, then they should know not to fuck with them. They're untouchable. That is the current problem. Him sitting in his office and going to somewhat twirl a glass of whiskey. And he does stare at the food currently in front of him. It does spoil his appetite. Those men will be connected to them, or they will keep their mouths shut. If they're intelligent. If they are smart. But that does mean a number of problems and a number of things that will arise. Though, Izuku, hard to believe he's actually back. He would have assumed he just took his inheritance and ran. Bah! Damn playboy. He was surprised to hear about him coming back. No one comes back to Gotham if they have a chance to run. They know better. Then again, he does have a few things he does need to right into a window crashing and going to break. As Batman, he does go to smash through it and immediately go to fly forwards, landing into the middle of the room. Him bringing his hand up quickly and activating the voice modulator on his neck. And he does a slowly turn and throw a battering that does gonna fly out and smash into Cobblepot's gun. It gonna fly into it as Cobblepot, he does go to feel like be ripped from his grasp and hit to the ground. Him turning to scrabble for it as he does get to hear boots approaching on the ground. Oswald Cobblepot. Who are you? Wait, shit, you're him, aren't you? Pointing the gun directly at him. And Deku does go to approach. Him going to smack the guy out of the way and grab him by his clothes. I know, ripping up into the air and smash him against the wall. You attacked Wayne Manor. Those men were connected back to you. They've worked for the Falcone crime family for a number of years. Items went missing. One of your people got away. What are you talking about? I don't know anything. Him going to be pulled away and smashed back into the wall harder. Don't lie to me, Cobblepot. Those men are yours. Now, if you lie to me, then things are going to be very, very bad for you. You don't know who you're messing with, do you? Do you want money? I can pay you. Maybe work for us. It could be a lot more simple. That beneficial? You know, if we find out who you are, then your people are. I don't have people. I work alone. Threaten me again, and I will throw you out of the banister. Do you hear me? One of your people got away. Him gonna turn, throwing Oswald to the ground. And Oswald, he does try to scrabble off and run for the door. Though Batman does quickly run, going to kick him over to the ground and grab him by his ankle, dragging him upwards into the air and holding him by his foot. Right now, going to stand on a balcony and go to hold him directly over the ground. And the man does a roar out and scream. Some people go to avoid it, though some do turn their heads, and some of his men are alerted. And Batman does go to express. He wants information, Cobblepot, now. Who was the woman in the blue dress? Well, I don't know what you're talking about. Listen, we don't know who you're talking about. Don't lie to me, Cobblepot. I will drop you. Him going to throw his hand down, acting as if he let go. And the man is a shout out and scream, he doesn't know, he doesn't know, he really doesn't know. Just don't drop him. And Deku, he doesn't look down, impassively staring at Cobblepot, his glasses falling from his face. Whenever he does try and scrabble after them, he does a turn, throwing them into the ground and talking about it. He should have expected that. Then again, he does know about his operation, a number of things that he's been doing. If he does continue them, he'll be back. Men burst into the door and running over to the balcony. And Oswald does watch as Batman does have his cape bellow behind him and then going to move forwards, covering part of his body as he does step backwards off the balcony. And this, it does go to surprise him. As Deku, he does go to throw up his grappling hook and shoot it off, it wrapping around something and going to pull him away. And he does a turn following that. Him going to stare at that and go to have someone pull him up off the ground. And he does just stare at them. Boss, you alright? I'm fine. I'm Cobblepot looking down at his hands and seeing how shaking they are. His hands won't stay still. His hands, they're rattled. He's rattled. That was Batman. What the fuck? Woman in the blue dress? At the event? They don't know anything about that. Hmm. I'll have to look into that himself. And right now, Deku, he does a swing across the city, intervening in whatever crime he does come across. And there is where a pro, he himself does a stand up and stare on at what's happening. Quite intrigued about Batman himself. The two will eventually have to talk. Though watching Oswald Cobblepot get rattled like that is certainly a treat he's not going to miss out on. He's going to just savor that happened. The guy's interesting, along with the fact he's trying to encounter pros. Some do work at night, some don't. So what's his whole deal? That going through his mind. And there is the next morning. He does go to open the gates to the manor. And the police, they do go to drive up and go to be met at the door, as Alfred does inform them. Right now, Master Midoriya, he is, well, a little busy, but he did make time for them this morning to meet. He currently is in the parlor entertaining a guest. Alfred saying through a bit of a strained smile. And Commissioner Gordon does get to catch this, turning his head and raising an eyebrow. Not sure what the guy means, but it's only whenever they do to step inside the building and his partner does comment on, well, the size of it and the extravagance. They do try to ask questions about this. Rich playboy comes back to town and hell, Batman shows up. Shit's gotta be a weird coincidence, right? It is. Especially when he shows up in the guy's house. Something's not right there, though. Not really too sure what it is. Maybe. Though maybe, Deku sitting there. Right now, he does drink directly from a fancy glass container and go to pull it back. He does sit in a bright pink bathrobe. And while it is partially undone, the woman that is laying on him, she does continue to try and tease his face with her hands, her kicking her legs and giggling a bit strangely. And right now she's a roll over and turn, grabbing something from a charcuterie board and going to feed it to him. And Deku, he does it a grin as she and him do maintain prolonged eye contact. And it's only whenever a man does clear his throat does Deku turn and the woman does pull her fingers away. Her giggling and saying something in a language the commissioner doesn't understand. And Deku, he does throw his feet up and go to laying them on the table, crossing them and raising said glass container. Commissioner Gordon, good morning. You wanted a statement from me? Sorry, I've been a little busy at the moment. We can see that, Mr. Midoriya. Though, do you perhaps want a minute to get decent? Oh, no, I'm fine. Him going to raise the glass again and take a sip, telling Alfred, get these two, some whiskey, tea, scotch. It's 9:30 in the morning. A beer? I'm quite alright. Mr. Midoriya, we're here to discuss the events of the potential robbery and, well, to give our apologies for the men who fired the shot in your home. Yes, yeah. I'm still a little shaken by that. I can see that. We heard about your homecoming. I'm quite happy that Gotham can make sure to maintain a native son, and I do give my condolences about your family. Thank you, Commissioner. It still isn't easy. I lost my parents to crime. I don't like firearms. They've left a very bad impression, and knowing one's been fired in my own home, I'm very uncomfortable with it. Sorry, here I am talking about my trauma. Uh, him going to turn and going to quickly chug down the glass container. And the woman, she does, going to pat him on the face and say something. As Deku, he does, going to empty the container and going to lean forwards. Right now, going to set it on the table as the woman does continue to say something. Him turning to her, and the two, they do have a hushed conversation. The woman going to laugh as she does a turn and stand, giving him a wink and going to walk off. And he does it away for a way. I should have a minute. Mr. Midoriya. Huh? Sorry. Oh, right. My bad. Reports of the night. My father's watch was stolen from me. It was the same one he was wearing when he died. I thought we may have misplaced it, but I was wearing it, and a number of people reported missing items. That was just before the robbery started. We don't have a full, detailed description, but we believe it was a woman. That's our prime suspect. My brother Alfred, he saw a woman leave the room. And as far as we're aware, the assailants outside, I think that's the right word, they saw a car leaving and they may not have been inside the house yet. They were just trying to focus on the guest. She got out just before the chaos started. I see. That's interesting. That would match the stolen vehicle we have. Huh. Is there any news about that? I've been kind of curious about it, so I've been looking into it all morning. And last night, I looked into a lot. But is there anything about the thievery that's been going on in Gotham? The crime? I mean, quite a number of high priced items are going missing. GCPD and the Hero Association are looking into it. Right now, we are stretched thin, and that's a bit of a problem on our own side. I understand. I may be able to help fix that problem. I'm not sure if I extended the offer that night. It was a little chaotic, but I was hoping to give funding to police force, improve you guys' radio tracking systems, and update your guys' hardware. You guys are in need of a serious repair. Maybe even the Hero Association? Give them the technology? Midoriya Industries does a lot of things, and I would like to help out. Gotham's my home. And I really would like to protect it. Yeah, if I can. Though I also would rather not like to leave my house. I can see that, Mr. Midoriya. Well, is that all the information you can remember from last night? The other night. I'm sorry. Um, no, I think I remembered. No, that's unrelated. My bad. Sorry. Anyways, that's all I can really give you. Sorry I couldn't be of much more help. And it's alright, Mr. Midoriya. Though, knowing a thief was here and she already hit the place does help. Though, that's already more information than we had before. You've been very helpful. I'll leave you to enjoy the rest of your evening. The man going to stand and quickly beginning to leave. And Deku, whenever the door does close, he does let out a bit of a sigh, relaxing his shoulders and leaning backwards. He was hoping for more information. Throw him a bone, give him a lead, say something to the reckless, sad drunk who doesn't even matter. Let him know a piece of information that either is private, only kept to the police, or is something that hell, in his drunken stupor with the woman waiting for him in his bed, he may not even care about, something inconsequential. Just give him something, damn it. A female thief is the best lead he has to go on. It's the only real lead he does have to go on. But there's gotta be something else he's missing. Perhaps he could bait her with a bit of a trap. Find something that could be of interest to her. Track her down more, see about it a little bit more, and go from there. There definitely is the idea. Set a trap for the burglar. Find out exactly what her next theft might be. Perhaps, maybe even toss her a bone as well. Though, a game of predator and prey, hunter and hunted. This could definitely be interesting, but he still needs to figure out things with Oswald. The man is importing drugs into Gotham, a number of them. Deal with his operation and see about taking it down from there. Though there is a number of other things he does have to deal with. Right now, him going to stand up whenever he does get to hear his phone ding. Whenever he does get to look down, he does begin to see a news report about something that has happened. It does start. There has been a shooting, and it is of most concern. People have stolen a lot of money from a bank, and the perpetrators, they were wearing masks. The leader, however, he fired a weapon at a number of pros. And some of the images they have seen are quite horrifying. And Deku, he himself does bring a hand up to cover his mouth, as he does get to see the jackal-like grins of many pros, all of them exposed to something. And it does say a lot. But their faces, those grins, their faces are painted white. That is horrifying. Now, with that being said, I do hope you guys enjoyed and have an amazing day. I'll catch you guys in the next part.